Today, let me share the trade war between US and China. Exclusive as Google suspended some business with Huawei after Trump blacklist. Alphabet incorporates Google has suspended business with Huawei that requires the transfer of hardware, software, and technical services except those publicly available via open source licensing. A source familiar with the matter told Reuters on Sunday. In a blow to the Chinese technology company that the US government has sought to blacklist around the world. The move could hobble Huawei's smartphone business outside China as the tech giant will immediately lose access to the update to Google's Android operating system. The next version of its Android smartphone will also lose access to popular services including Google Play Store and Gmail and YouTube apps. Huawei will only be able to use the public version of Android and will not be able to get access to proprietary apps and services from Google, the source said. The Trump administration on Thursday added Huawei Technology Company Limited to a trade blacklist, immediately enacting restrictions that will make it extremely difficult for the company to do business with the U.S. counterparts. On Friday, the U.S. Commerce Department said it was considering scaling back restrictions on Huawei to prevent the interruption of existing network operation and equipment. It was not immediately clear on Sunday whether Huawei's access to mobile software would be affected. The extent to which Huawei will be hurt by the U.S. government blacklist is not yet known as its global supply chain assesses the impact. Chip experts have questioned Huawei's ability to continue to operate without U.S. help. Details of the specific services affected by the suspension were still being discussed internally at Google, according to the source. Huawei attorneys are also studying the impact of the blacklist, a Huawei spokesman said on Friday. Huawei is not immediately reachable for the further comment. Representatives of the U.S. Commerce Department did not immediately have a comment. Huawei will continue to have access to the version of the Android operating system available through the open source license known as Android Open Source Project (AOSP) that is available for free to anyone who wishes to use it. There are about 4.5 billion active Android devices worldwide, according to Google. But Google will stop providing Huawei with access, technical support, and collaboration involving its proprietary app and services going forward, the source said. Huawei has said it has spent the last few years preparing a contingency plan by developing its own technology in case it's blocked from using Android. Some of this technology is already being used in products sold in China, the company has said. In an interview with Reuters in March, Eric Xu, rotating chairman of Huawei, struck a defiant note in anticipation of retaliatory action by U.S. companies. No matter what happens, the Android community does not have any legal right to block any company from accessing its open source license, he said. Popular Google apps such as Gmail, YouTube, and the Chrome browser that are available through Google's Play Store will disappear from future Huawei handsets, as those services are not covered by the open source license and requiring commercial agreement with Google. But users of existing Huawei devices who have access to the Google Play Store will still be able to download the app update provided by Google. Apps such as Gmail are updated through the store, unlike operating system updates which are typically handled by phone manufacturers and telecom carriers, which the blacklist could affect, the source said. Well, the impact is expected to be minimal in the Chinese market. Most Google mobile apps are banned in China, where alternatives are offered by domestic competitors such as Tencent and Baidu. Huawei's European business is second biggest market could be hit as Huawei licensed these services from Google in Europe. Having those apps is critical for smartphone makers to stay competitive in regions like Europe, said Geoff Blaber, Vice President of Researcher at CCS Insight. Okay, this is a very big issues, and it's gonna be a tougher and tougher. U.S. and China's economic war is getting tougher and tougher. We'll be hardly able to use all Google service for Huawei user like me. Is it gonna be possible for user to use Google service if you change it from Huawei's phone to Xiaomi or something different, which is another smartphone maker in China? Between two states, U.S. and China, are there any possibility between them to make a deal? I think there are some ways to make deal. Lots of company on the state and users are now being uncomfortable by unnecessary trade war. I'm hoping no more threat and damage will be with us. What do you guys think about this trade war? Would it be expanded or get stopped? Share your thought. Thank you for watching.